Hello and welcome to the segment In the Kitchen. Today we're going to talk about making a meal based around a salad, a beautiful salad loaded with vegetables. Then I'm going to have an accompaniment for the vegetarians and for the non-vegetarians. So for the non-vegetarians, we are going to start with what we call good hot soup in my family, old family recipe. Very simple to make. We'll make about 20 servings. It will last a long time because it can be frozen and certainly also refrigerated. So let's talk about it. We'll make it now. Very simple. All it is 3 different dried beans: large dried lima beans, dried green split peas, and dried pearl barley. You also can put in 1 can of no salt added tomato sauce, and we do need to add a little salt. In fact, I add about a tablespoon of salt to this recipe. Sounds horrible, I know, because we know we should not be exceeding 2,400 milligrams of sodium a day, preferably 2,300. That's about a teaspoon of salt. And if you're salt restricted, obviously you're going to be eating less than that, and you will know from your physician. But because this soup makes 20 servings, approximately 20 servings, 1 cup servings, that 1 tablespoon is diluted among the servings and is not as bad as it sounds. So this is how we do it. We take about 2 cups of the large lima beans, throw it in a big pot. We take about 1 cup of the green split peas, throw it in the pot. Take about 1 cup of the pearl barley, throw it in the pot. Then take the tomato sauce, do the same, and it goes. And then finally, the sodium, the salt. Then all you do is fill the pot up to about 2 inches from the top of the pot. So we're going to let that do it. So you do it about 2 inches from the top, leave some space. We're going to then mix it up a little bit, bring it to a boil. Then we will, once it comes to a boil, you want to lower it to simmer, cover it. It's going to need to cook at least a couple of hours. It's going to get nice and thick. And then what you can do is you can eat some right away. You can refrigerate some. You can even put some in the freezer because, as I tell you, it makes a lot of soup and it's really, really, really good. The one thing I do want to say is as you finish, immediately you can put your hot items that you have cooked into the refrigerator. From a food safety standpoint, a lot of people say, oh, I can't put hot foods in the refrigerator. I have to let them cool on the stove. That is not the thing to do. You do want to immediately put them in the refrigerator, and you can put them in more shallow pans so that they cool quicker. The goal is to get them into a temperature that will not let bacteria in. So I've got my water in. I'm going to take a spoon. I'm just going to mix it up a little bit. Get all my ingredients mixed up. It's very simple. I am then going to put it on boil, and we'll let it come to a boil, and then I'll put it down to simmer and cook it for a couple hours. We're done. Next, let's move on to the chicken Dijon. This is a wonderful dish. Now, when I deal with chicken, remember, you get chicken hands. We're also talking about food safety. So first of all, as you're starting to prepare food, certainly you're starting with clean hands, right? And of course, in this dish, which comprises of chicken breast, Dijon mustard, I've put together a mixture of plain breadcrumbs, parsley, and Parmesan cheese, mixed it up. A very simple dish. I'm going to take my chicken, I'm going to spread some mustard on it, then I'm going to dredge it in this, put it in an already sprayed with some Pam baking dish, put it in the oven. I've already set it for 400 degrees. These are really large chicken breasts, so it's going to be at least 30 minutes. Cook it until it's done. Now these chicken breasts are huge. I don't know if you remember, I hope you do, when you take your plate, you're laying out your plate, 1/4 of your plate is your protein. This is too much for one person, this one breast, so I will be cutting those in half. It will serve 4 people. So, because I'm dealing with chicken, I like to take my Dijon. I don't want to be picking up the container of Dijon mustard with hands that have chicken juice on them. So I put some on a plate with my knife. So here we go. I take this very large piece of chicken. Again, this is too much for one person. Or what you could do is you could eat half of it one day and save the rest for the next night. Then, as you can see, I'm just putting Dijon mustard. I'm going to go like that. I will do the other side. Very simple. And you can do it to taste. Some people, I happen to like a lot of Dijon mustard because it makes it very tangy. Some people, if you don't like that much, you don't have to put as much. And then I'm sort of helping along the mixture to make sure we get a nice coating on there. First one's done. See how quick and simple this is. So I actually did a party once. I found out about 2 hours before a party for 10 people that I was going to be having preparing dinner for them. And I ran to the grocery store. I got these ingredients because it takes no time at all to make it. And people could not believe that I actually had a home-cooked meal ready for them 2 hours after it was determined that I was going to cook dinner. And it was healthy too. So we're all busy people. It's good to have dishes that can take no time at all. You see how simple this is? Not a lot of ingredients. So I'm going to help along again the mixture. Simple as can be. Throw it in here. We're done. So what am I going to do first? Look at my hands. And what I'm going to do is not touch any of my hardware. Okay? Because I have, yuck on it. We don't want to be doing things like spreading germs in our kitchen, right? So I'm now washing my hands. What you want to do is wash your hands for about 15-20 seconds, about as long as it would take for you to sing happy birthday to yourself. And see what I'm doing? I'm doing everything, and I'm really working the hands. Because I've seen some people, just do something like that, just put their hands under the water. Not even, it's the motion that makes it work. So now I have washed my hands. We're all set with that. I'm going to take my chicken. I'm going to put it in my stove. I'll go ahead and set my timer for 30. It may not be ready then. You know that you want, of course, for your chicken to be white, no pink chicken. All right, so let's get rid of these plates. We'll put some dirty dishes over here. And now we're going to my favorite part, which is the salad. Salad is fabulous for you. It's half your plate, if you remember. Half your plate are the non-starchy veggies. I'm going to put together a nice, wonderful salad. There will be no starchy veggies in this salad. Normally, when I make a salad, I might put garbanzo beans, some sort of bean in it, but I'm not doing that today because my accompaniment is that very heavy bean soup. That bean soup has about 150 calories per 1 cup serving. It's going to have about 8.5 grams of fiber, which is good, about 8 grams of protein, which is good. It's going to have about 30 grams of carbohydrate in that soup. So if you're diabetic, for example, and please do look at my piece on diabetes, it's coming soon, onto the website, and I'll talk about what amount of servings would be appropriate. 3 to 4 servings of carbohydrate at each meal, about 45 grams, 60 grams if you're, eating higher calorie, if you're a male, very active, that sort of thing. So to have about 1 cup, 30 grams in a cup, not bad. So you don't want to, though, be adding a lot of more carbohydrate into it. So I'm going to start with my lettuce. I just got some bagged lettuce. I love butter lettuce. So this is butter lettuce. I also happen to like to make a salad that I can fit everything on the fork. So I've gone ahead and chopped this lettuce. You do not have to. Now, if you get the bagged lettuce, even if it says triple washed, please wash your lettuce. Wash everything that you prepare. And this has all been washed already. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to chop a few things, but some of the things I'm not going to chop at all, like my cherry tomatoes. I'm going to throw them in. Done. I have pre-chopped some artichoke and some hearts of palm. Put them in. They're done. Let me take it, I'm going to stir it a little bit so we can get these things going. It's going to be beautiful. I like to tell people, eat your colors, because they have all kinds of vitamins and minerals in them, and the color makes a difference. They're going to have a little bit more. For example, what do you think when you think of carrots? For example, orange, a lot of vitamin A. One thing about this lettuce, this butter lettuce, for example, it has vitamin A. It has vitamin K. It's got folate. So don't underestimate the power of the veggies and the nutrients that they have. So next I'm going to take a cucumber and I'm going to just chop it up really quick. And I like to do it again. I'm going to do it and then do it in some very small pieces because I like things bite-sized. Now, let's talk about how many vegetables that you should have per day. 3 to 5 servings of vegetables would be awesome. In the form of, you know, veggies. Juice, I don't like as much. Certainly not fruit juice. Very high in calorie. Not a lot of fiber, if any fiber. A lot of sugar. The vegetable juices, unless you're going and getting them done or doing them yourself, usually have a lot of sodium. So even some of the lighter, low sodium canned juices could have 500, 550 milligrams of sodium in less than 8 ounces. So we got to be careful with those. I like to get my nutrients from vegetables through the foods, through the whole veggies. I think that is a better way to go about it. And so tasty. So you can see I've already put in some red. Now I'm putting in some cucumber and green. I'm going to throw in some carrots. I'll chop them a little bit. They're already kind of small. So I'll put some of these in there. You can put whatever vegetables you like. Sometimes, as I said, I put in beans. I'll put in bean sprouts sometimes, whatever, you know, red pepper, bell peppers of all colors. So it just depends on how I'm feeling. But I think it's better to put a lot of things in there than not a lot of things in there. Because you'll just get more bang for your veggie buck, so to speak. So I think we're pretty good on the salad. You can see how big this is. And you can see how fast this is. Now, because these are baby carrots that I have chosen, you probably don't have to spend that much time chopping them. Again, I'm trying to show you things that we can do very quickly. I just touched my hair. Not good, really. If you're preparing for people, every time I touch my hair, I go wash my hands. Because, you know, anytime you touch your face, your nose, I do that a lot. Probably a lot of you do, don't even think about it. You want to be careful because you don't want to put any germs into your food. But since it's just going to be me eating it, I'll take the chance. All right, so now I've got some of the carrot in there. Looks beautiful. I'm going to mix it up. See how pretty it's getting? Already, almost done. I'm going to add a little bit of celery. I happen to love celery. It's nice and crunchy. It has a lot of crunch to the salad. So, and some variety. Make small pieces. That was quick. Throw that in. And this salad will last, you know, a couple of days. Now what I do, and we're going to get to that in just a minute, is I don't put the dressing on the salad. I do that as I eat it, because if you put dressing on the salad, what happens to everything? It gets really wilty much faster. And I don't like to put a lot of dressing on a salad anyway. Now when you go to a restaurant, the best thing to do is always to order the dressing on the side. And they always bring you way too much, don't they? It's this massive amount of dressing when you order on the side. So don't, you know, fall prey to that and say, oh, I'll take all of that. Be very moderate in the amount of dressing you put in. A serving size of dressing is a tablespoon. A regular dressing, 2 tablespoons of the non-fat dressings. So I'm putting in now some spring onion. I think I've made me a wonderful salad. I think that's all I'm going to do in this particular salad. Again, there are many times I put a lot more in there, but I'm having a lot of other stuff. I am going to have the soup. I think my husband will probably have the chicken. And we'll have, both of us have a very nice amount of salad. Doesn't that look beautiful? I can't wait to eat it. Now, one of my dressings that I love to put on, I usually look for the fat-freeze or even just regular balsamic vinegar. I like to go very light in calorie. So 2 tablespoons of this is a serving, 25 calories, and I think 2 tablespoons is plenty. It does have 5 grams of carbohydrate per serving. So if you're a diabetic, you do need to count that. And this one is balsamic vinaigrette, 2 tablespoons again as a serving, 30 calories, and it has 3 grams of carbohydrate per serving. So very light. I have seen salad dressings, a tablespoon, 2 tablespoons, it could be hundreds of calories. So be very careful. You can take something very healthy, make it very unhealthy through dressings. What is missing from here? I don't have cheese in here. I don't have croutons in here. I don't have some of the higher fat, higher calorie items in here. So this is it. So what we're going to do, I'm going to put this in the refrigerator, let it chill while the rest of my stuff is cooking. And then on top of that, what I have, I'm going to have soup, I'm going to have some salad, and I'm going to have some beautiful strawberries and blueberries. That's going to round out my meal. Very colorful. I'm sure we'll all enjoy it.